And any industry you take, the legacy effect is very crucial. I'm going to talk about three leaders very fast, and I want to tell you all to go back and ponder about it. Three leaders and their qualities. I'm going to go back to Napoleon Bonaparte. As we all know, his military skills have even been followed today. He's a great French revolutionary. He was born in Corsica for Italian nobility. And he is a stocky man, 5'4", 5 inches, stocky built, intelligent, insight, judgment, decision making was good. And he was married to a divorcee at a late age called Josephine Bonaparte, but she became Josephine Bonaparte. I mean, she had some traits. She was married to emperor before, then she married another emperor again. So some women have got that particular superb trait of they will divorce a billionaire, then they will marry another billionaire. They will marry an A-list actor, then marry another A-list actor. This happens in the Middle East, it happens in Hollywood, but that is super women who have got that ability to grasp and go to the right man the next time. So Bonaparte was married to Josephine, and he was in a big war in Leipzig. It's part of Germany. It's very important to know this part of this critical leadership. And he has lost 104,000 soldiers, and to typhus and also to the military intervention. There still was 118,000 soldiers with him. But he was not in a dire straits, but he had his thoughts and all that in order. But then Josephine is a great follower of fortune teller. She goes to a fortune teller all the time. Maybe the fortune teller taught her how to get the rich man, I'm not sure. But she keeps going to the fortune teller all the time. At that time in France, the famous lady in Paris was a lady called Madame Camose Le Monde. She was very famous. She's the one who brought in the tarot cards. You know what, we have got all these tarot cards in your fortune telling. So she somehow convinced Bonaparte, go and see. So Napoleon Bonaparte agreed, and he went to see her. So when we went to see, and of course he went with the 10 battalions of cavalry on the right, 10 on this, and another cavalry of 100, 200 soldiers he went. And of course he went and knocked at the door. And he was a gentleman, and he came out of the door. The fortune teller came out of the door and said, I do not know you. I don't know who you are. I don't know your wealth. I don't know your power. Why have you come here? Now, this is a very interesting term. This is what in the modern day, in modern day, we call it conflict of interest. He doesn't want to say that, of course you know that he is the most powerful man in Europe, that he is the Emperor Napoleon. But he wants to say that he doesn't know him, so that he would be able to see that whatever he says that he is telling out of his own fortune-telling skills. You know, when the most powerful man in the free world, Biden goes on F-14, F-15s, AWACS, there are 100,200 security service. You know that if he comes and knocks at the door, you know that's President Biden. So, but he said, I do not know you. So Bonaparte said that I have come here, I have come, tell what future holds for me. What is my future? So they, of course, fortune teller, please give your hand. So he gave his hand. And fortune teller looked at this hand and gave the hand back. So, take your hand, and you look down, look up, and looked at Napoleon Bonaparte, said, you have no lifeline. You're going to be beheaded, and you're going to die. So Bonaparte eyeballed him. He was not puzzled at all. He eyeballed him and asked him, what is a lifeline? Show in your hand. So the fortune teller was a bit scared as well, but then he took his hand and said, well, this is the lifeline. So Bonaparte said, did not say anything, just looked at him, took off his belt, he just clipped off his side pocket, took a 6 inches very bright shining knife, and put a line in his hand, blood pouring, and said, well, this is a lifeline, tell me the rest. So you could see that is another leader. That he doesn't believe in fate, and he dictates the fate. He dictates the position of going forward in how the decision has to be. And I want to tell very quickly another leadership of that. We know that 2022, April, there was Twitter was bought by Elon Musk, and it was completed in October 2022. We all know that. And during the period of the time that when he took over, what he did was that he kept on making people redundant. And when he was making everybody redundant, and by the time 2023 April, May came in, he has made a lot of people redundant by that time, almost 80% of the staff. What is that called, that leader? Is called Pareto analysis. Pareto analysis meant for his observation and calculation and metrics, his belief and his calculation is 20% of the staff is doing the 80% of the staff job. And hence, today if you go and look at the civic services poll, the present called, the Twitter is called the X, it has gone up more than 46% with 336 million followers. I think I'll have to go back and think that what a leadership is, how the leadership is pondered about, and our picture, optimist is an intellectual, a pessimist is a fatal. So thereby, these are the things that I want you all to think about it, and this is a subtle, different dimension of being what a leadership is. Thank you very much for given the opportunity to speak, and I'm grateful to the MC and to the Chief Executive who have given this chance to give a talk on valedictorian. I hope that I won't be there for the 6th valedictorian speech. Thank you.